Hello, my name is Michelle. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I'm not going to be doing any reflexology. I'm going to be talking about early symptoms you may have if you're pregnant before you miss your period. So I am currently 15 weeks pregnant. It is the 6th of January 2021. And before I fell pregnant, I really enjoyed watching these kind of videos on YouTube, seeing what people's symptoms and experiences were before they missed their period, before they took a pregnancy test. And it's just really interesting to see how different everyone was. So I just want to explain and tell you some of the symptoms that I had. So I did actually take a pregnancy test, I think 5 days before my missed period, which I wouldn't usually have done. However, I was going for a treatment swap with one of my colleagues and I was going to get a fertility massage done. So you can't have that done if you think you may be pregnant or you're pregnant. So I just wanted to check beforehand, and I was really surprised to see that it was positive. So I'm glad that I did check beforehand, but otherwise I probably usually would have waited, even though that time when you have to wait can feel like it takes forever. So yeah, I will tell you some of the symptoms I had. So as I said, I took the test 5 days before my missed period. So I think that was around day 23 of my cycle. So just before I took the test, I think the day before and that day, I felt kind of crampy in my uterus and lower back area, but it definitely wasn't period type cramps. Like I could tell that it wasn't my period coming, and also because I was day 23 of my cycle and I'm quite regular, so usually it would come on the day 28. I kind of knew it wasn't, and I just knew that it wasn't that kind of feeling. It was definitely a different kind of feeling. So I was experiencing that, and I thought to myself, oh, you know, maybe that could be a sign, maybe not. Didn't really think too much of it, but I just knew that it felt different to normal. One of the other signs that I had is that my lower abdomen area, kind of near where your bladder is, so quite low down in your abdomen area, felt quite puffy. It was kind of weird. It's almost like it's swollen up a little bit, and felt a little bit tender. So I don't know what that was. Don't know if that's a sign or if it's a coincidence or a one-off, but I definitely thought that seemed a little bit odd. So that was another sign that I had. And then the day after I had the positive test, so that would have been day 24, I had uncomfortable lower abdominal cramps, kind of like the ones that that I explained before. So it didn't feel like period pains, but it definitely felt like weird cramping feeling. It wasn't painful, but it was quite uncomfortable. So it's almost like, you know, when if you're sitting or standing, you kind of feel like you have to move a bit. I was like, oh, that doesn't feel quite right, or it just felt different on one side. So on my left hand side, it was cramping more that side. Could definitely feel that. So I think that may have been implantation. Not sure. You can never really, I would never know. But if I had to guess, that I would assume that that's what it was, because it also times in my cycle that was about the right time as well. So those were the kind of 3 main things that I felt. Other than that, there was nothing unusual at all. So with PMS symptoms and pregnancy symptoms, they can be quite similar. Sometimes it's really difficult to tell which one you're getting. So I did have normal breast tenderness, nothing different. They didn't feel any worse than usual, just very slight, which I normally would have anyway. Didn't really experience any extra tiredness or nausea. I also didn't experience any implantation bleeding at all, so nothing like that, which I know is also a common thing that people experience. But no, I didn't have anything like that either. So really, I did actually feel quite normal. It's not until around week 6 that I started to feel more of the symptoms. So I started getting nausea, morning sickness, more tiredness from week 6 onwards. To be honest, I felt pretty horrific from week 6, but before that, didn't notice any difference. And I probably wouldn't have taken a pregnancy test if it wasn't for having that fertility massage. So those were the signs that I experienced. So I hope you find this video helpful. Remember, everyone's different. From the videos I've seen, some people have it all. They know for definite, like they know that something's different and they just feel that they're pregnant. Some people don't have anything at all. Some people have just a few extra little signs like I did that may show that you're pregnant. But again, remember that PMS and pregnancy symptoms are very similar. So it's really hard sometimes to distinguish between the two. And also testing early can have its pros and cons, but generally you want to try and avoid disappointment and really try and wait until you've missed your period before testing, which I know is so much easier said than done. Yeah, so I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Please let me know what experiences you had as well, because I find it really interesting. Let me know in the comments below, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye.